The Liver King got millions of followers and millions of dollars from promoting what he calls ancestral living, which included things like eating livers and other animal parts.
Liver King here. It's not quite dinner time, but it is snack time. I'm gonna take a huge bite out of these testicles.
Definitely nothing dodgy going on here. And to absolutely no one's surprise, it turned out he's a massive fraud. It turns out that his impressive muscular gains were actually down to him injecting himself with a bucket load of steroids. Liver King made this apology video that looks, sounds, and feels just like a generic "I'm no longer vegan" video. So I've edited his video down to just the highlights for your viewing pleasure, and we're going to take a look at it today. We're going to take a look at the Liver King's "I'm no longer vegan" video.
I'm making this video to apologize because I'm embarrassed and ashamed because I lied and I misled a lot of people. This is a complicated as topic, at least to me it is. I never expected this kind of exposure in the public eye. It's been tricky as to navigate. Well, clearly I did it wrong, and I'm here now to set the record straight.
He could literally be an ex-vegan at this point. They all start with this grand, dramatic, sanctimonious nonsense about making mistakes and feeling guilty and I just need to put it right. I need to set the record straight, tell the truth. But he actually sounds most like an ex-vegan in this next clip.
In 2021, when I was 43 years old, I didn't feel 100% physically or cognitively. So I went to get monitored and managed by a trained hormone clinician to see what the was going on with my life.
Physical and cognitive decline, the hallmarks of a typical fake ex-vegan apology video. But the Liver King actually did get the tests done. Unlike ex-vegans, Liver King's actually being honest with that bit. Here's the fun bit though. If Liver King was a vegan, the reason for all of his issues would be clear as day, wouldn't it? Every single one of his issues would be because he's vegan.
It's the only explanation.
He'd blame veganism. The world would blame veganism. It wouldn't even be up for debate. Everything that he's going through would be caused by being vegan. But strangely, in Liver King's apology video, he never actually blames his diet or his lifestyle for his problems. But we'll talk more about that a bit later.
I've been on several podcasts, and when asked if I've ever taken steroids, I've always said no, I don't touch the stuff, not gonna touch the stuff, never touch the stuff. That was a lie. And so yes, it's true. I have tried several peptide combinations in an effort to increase my growth hormone, and it didn't work, meaning that my levels still remained below the normal level. It's also true that I've tried pharmaceutical grade growth hormone, and I finally found success in managing therapeutic levels in the normal range. It's also true that my blood chemistry got all f***ed up, my lipids got all deranged, my liver enzymes went sky high. I've convinced myself that this had nothing to do with the ancestral message, and I had convinced myself that this would be the wrong message to send to the 15-year-old boys. Liver King, the public figure, was an experiment to spread the message, to bring awareness to the 4,000 people a day who kill themselves, the 80,000 people a day that try to kill themselves. Our people are hurting at record rates with depression, autoimmune, anxiety, infertility, low ambition in life.
It always feels like he's about to denounce his lifestyle and diet based on the problems he's had. And he's been acting like a fraud, pushing something that doesn't work because it's not working for him. But instead of doing that, he continues to promote it as this silver bullet lifestyle that's gonna fix everyone's problems, that's gonna fix society's greatest issues. And he's doing all of that while apologizing for taking steroids because the lifestyle he's promoting didn't actually work for him. This is like me sitting here telling you there's an epidemic of people breaking their arms, and if you just live the way I do, you'll never break your arm, while wearing a sling because I broke my arm. It's like me telling you my way is the way that's gonna make you most happy, while talking about it in the most monotone and depressing voice you've ever heard. It's basically like me promising you I'm not a narcissist, while posting 5 to 10 AI-generated selfies because, oh my God, look how amazing technology is. It's definitely not because I'm a narcissist.
Our young men are hurting the most, so I made it my job to model, teach, and preach a simple, elegant solution called ancestral living, the 9 ancestral tenets, so our people no longer have to suffer. This is my fight. This is why I exist.
The way Liver King is trying to justify all of his lies and deceit is by saying he was doing it for the people. For the people who suffer from all of these different problems that he mentions in his video. Which is really messed up when you consider that his own problems got worse despite following all of his own advice. He says he wants to help 15-year-olds, but I don't think giving 15-year-olds advice and information that didn't even help yourself is a really good way to do it. I mean, he's still promoting the lifestyle that led him to taking these hardcore drugs that have now messed up his system. What Liver King really needs to do to help himself, and probably to help others too, becomes pretty clear when you see this next clip.
When I talk about the 85% of the population that suffers from self-esteem issues, that's me. This is why I work myself to death in the gym. This is why I do 12 to 15 blood-burning workouts a week, just to feel like I'm okay. Still, I have to absolutely crush myself to do so, and I'm wrecked physically and cognitively, and hormone replacement has helped in a profound and significant way.
So Liver King has self-esteem issues. Self-esteem issues that got worse despite following his own ancestral tenets. Self-esteem issues that got so bad, he had to hammer hardcore steroids just to feel okay. He's most likely suffering from bigorexia. He doesn't feel like he can ever be big enough. He feels like when he looks in the mirror, he looks smaller. It's basically body dysmorphia. And when you look at him and listen to what he's saying, it sounds like a pretty severe case of it. Is deal with your self-esteem issues by destroying your body with workouts while never actually dealing with the issues themselves really a good message for 15-year-olds or anyone? People who argue against veganism try to associate poor mental health with a vegan diet, with a plant-based diet. They use biased articles and bad data to do it. But here you've got the leader of the carnivore movement, the ancestral diet king. He calls himself a primal. With the way he eats, he lives the exact opposite of a vegan. And he's suffering from mental health issues that are so bad, they led to him injecting himself with cocktails of dangerous, hardcore drugs. Not just to get big, but just in his own words, to feel okay. Liver King has even given advice to vegans that he's not following himself.
I said, hey, are you eating liver? She goes, I'm a vegan, right? I said, don't forget this. 8 of the 9 ancestral tenets are vegan friendly. And I don't fault her for being a vegan. You know, it's the same way we are taking ownership out of our lives. We're trying to pull the lever of eating to make a better life. So is she. But this is the last thing I'll say about vegans. Listen, if you're kicking ass, if your mood is incredible, if you're dominating life, like they're finding ways to make it work. So I just want to make this clear. If a vegan's kicking ass in life and they don't have any issues, go kick ass in life.
Yeah.
I love that.
Clearly, he isn't smashing it. He isn't winning. He's suffering and struggling. He's relying on drugs and destroying his body. Isn't it about time to give something else a go? Could all of his problems have been caused by his diet and lifestyle? He's done some tests, but did any of his tests even consider that? People who make these I'm no longer vegan videos, these fake apology videos, they tend to bring absolutely no evidence to the table to support the things they're claiming about the diet. When they're shitting on the diet, they bring nothing to the table to prove what they're saying. Liver King, on the other hand, has brought absolutely no evidence to the table to prove that his diet and lifestyle didn't cause his issues. He's just assuming it isn't and apologizing for taking steroids to fix the problems that he assumes weren't caused by his diet and lifestyle. And the apology is only because he got caught. He would have continued for who knows how long lying to people. This doesn't really offer a solution or an answer for the people who are now sat wondering what the hell is going on. For the people who are following his ancestral tenets, eating animal organs, wondering now if they're going to have to start steroid cycles when they hit 42 like he did. Liver King's apology brings up more questions than answers. If he really wants forgiveness, he's going to have to provide evidence that his diet and lifestyle haven't caused or made his issues worse. Add to all of this that his diet is completely dependent on breeding and killing animals. As a vegan, I don't believe animals should be used and abused for our diets. I think we should just eat something else. So yeah, I'm biased. But when we talk about animals, it is important to realize they aren't just things. They aren't inanimate objects. They're real, living, breathing creatures with sentience and consciousness, not too different from our own. They have a lower mental capacity than human children. That means they're really, really vulnerable. Easy to manipulate, easy to dominate, and easy to abuse and kill. And that makes what Liver King does and promotes to millions of people sick. Hopefully, instead of pushing things that clearly don't work, he actually gets some therapy to fix the mental health issues he had so he can finally feel good with himself and stop promoting these gimmicks and fad diets that inspire people to create problems not only for themselves, but for animals too. Keep calling out that BS. I'll see you in the next one.